Are you worried about keeping your personal information safe online from hackers and cybercriminals? Or does your business need to better defend its systems and data against digital threats? Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome back to Arkrotchis Technology College. In this video, we'll be exploring the essentials of cybersecurity and how the confidentiality, integrity, and availability triad serves as a framework for security programs. You'll learn key concepts that can help strengthen your defenses, whether at home or work. Let's get started. First, what exactly do we mean by cybersecurity? At its core, cybersecurity refers to protecting internet-connected computer systems, infrastructure, networks, devices, software, and data from unauthorized access or attack. It's also commonly known as information security, or IT security. The primary goals of cybersecurity include safeguarding the confidentiality and privacy of sensitive data by limiting access only to authorized users and preventing breaches or exposure. This includes data like customer information, intellectual property, employee records, passwords, classified intelligence, and more. Cybersecurity also involves ensuring the integrity of data by preventing improper modification without detection. Data integrity protects things like financial records, medical info, software source code, and regulatory databases. Maintaining the availability of systems and data for authorized users is another key goal. Robust cybersecurity is crucial given the vast amount of sensitive digital information individuals, companies, and government agencies store online and access through network devices and systems. Examples of data requiring cyber protection include personally identifiable information like names, birth dates, social security numbers, driver's license details, and contact information. Financial data such as bank account and credit card numbers, insurance details, income documents, and investment account credentials also require security. Medical and healthcare data like medical histories, prescriptions, MRI/X-ray images, digital health records, and biometric info need protection as well. Intellectual property, including proprietary formulas, manufacturing techniques, recipe lists, patents, copyrights, and trade secrets, is another category needing safeguards. Classified government intelligence and documents related to national security, military operations, investigations, policy, and more require cybersecurity efforts too. System passwords, encryption keys, network credentials, access logs, configurations, and permissions must be properly secured. Corporate data like customer lists, internal communications, legal contracts, personnel files, accounting records, and more also contain sensitive information. There are many cybersecurity risks that organizations and individuals face on a regular basis. Some of the most common and dangerous threats include malware attacks using viruses, worms, trojans, spyware, and ransomware designed to infiltrate systems and wreak havoc. Viruses self-replicate and spread between files or networks. Worms also replicate rapidly, but travel without human action. Trojans disguise as legitimate software before unleashing malicious payloads. Spyware secretly gathers data and tracks activity without consent. And ransomware encrypts files until a payment is made. All types of malware can destroy files, slow devices, install backdoors, and steal sensitive data. Phishing scams that use fraudulent emails, text messages, phone calls, and websites pretending to be trustworthy sources. Their goal is tricking victims into handing over login credentials, bank details, social security numbers, and other personal information that can facilitate identity theft and financial fraud. Spear phishing specifically targets organizations and key employees to infiltrate enterprise networks and systems. Network intrusions where bad actors exploit vulnerabilities in software or access credentials to breach private networks and systems. Once inside, intruders can install backdoors, exfiltrate confidential data, corrupt systems, and launch attacks on other computers. Denial of service, DOS, attacks that overwhelm systems with bogus traffic to disrupt services and crash systems. Distributed denial of service, DDoS, attacks amplify this by using an army of hijacked devices to flood the target and intensify the onslaught. SQL injection attacks that take advantage of vulnerabilities in web inputs to inject malicious SQL code and commands. This can expose or destroy back-end databases. Zero-day exploits that take advantage of undisclosed software vulnerabilities before developers have time to address them with patches. This gives attackers free rein to breach undefended systems. Insider threats from malicious actors within organizations, whether employees, contractors, or partners. Insiders have authorized access, yet use it for harmful purposes. Data breaches that expose confidential business and customer information through hacking, theft, loss, or accidental disclosure. Breaches can have severe reputational, financial, and legal consequences. The impacts of successful cyber attacks can be severe. From substantial financial losses and privacy violations to disruptions of critical infrastructure and services, robust cybersecurity defenses are essential. To establish comprehensive and effective cybersecurity defenses, organizations leverage frameworks and models to set core security objectives. One of the most widely adopted models is the CIA Triad. CIA stands for confidentiality, integrity, and availability. The three fundamental principles at the heart of information security. Let's examine what each element means. Confidentiality focuses on limiting data access only to authorized users, while preventing access by all unauthorized parties. Maintaining confidentiality protects sensitive information from disclosure or exposure to those without approval to see it. Some key methods to uphold confidentiality include encryption technologies like AES 256-bit or RSA that scramble and encode data so only approved parties can decrypt and read it. Access controls like multi-factor authentication, identity management, and file permissions that verify user identities and limit access. Network security monitoring, traffic analysis, and firewalls that detect and block suspicious activity and prevent infiltration. Physical security controls like ID badges, locks, and surveillance to protect facilities and assets. Security awareness training that educates personnel on policies and best practices for handling sensitive data. And data classification, segmentation, and retention policies that distinguish different levels of sensitivity. Integrity aims to maintain the accuracy, trustworthiness, and consistency of data over its entire life cycle. Controls for ensuring integrity include hashing algorithms like SHA-256 that produce a unique fingerprint of files or data to check for tampering, digital signatures, certificates, and non-repudiation methods that authenticate the source and integrity of data. Change management processes that track modifications to documents, code, systems, and databases. Input validation and sanitization that cleanses untrusted inputs in applications and forms. And version control and code repositories that preserve software integrity. The Triad establishes clear objectives that security programs aim to satisfy through policies, controls, training, and technologies tailored to confidentiality, integrity, and availability needs. Organizations conduct risk assessments to identify their most sensitive assets and vulnerabilities. This allows priorities and trade-offs between CIA elements to be determined. For example, confidentiality will take precedence for classified systems. Integrity is paramount for financial data, and availability is critical across healthcare networks. Based on priorities, resources can be allocated to implement security measures aligned with CIA objectives. The Triad provides a simple model adaptable to diverse organizations and evolving threats. It continues serving as a go-to framework for well-rounded cybersecurity. I hope this video shed some light on key InfoSec concepts and how the confidentiality, integrity, availability model sets comprehensive security goals. Here are two parting questions for you. Which element of the CIA Triad do you think is most important for protecting personal data like financial information and medical records? And what cyber threats should organizations be most worried about in today's digital landscape? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love reading your feedback. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll be back soon with more cybersecurity videos to help strengthen your security knowledge. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.